truth about how long it takes to buy a home in Alabama. Different parts take different amounts of times, and some are very predictable and others are going to vary. For instance, looking for the home that you want to purchase, if you're an easy buyer, might be very quick and simple. On the other hand, if you're buying the house that you expect to live in for the rest of your life, you may spend a year or more looking for that home. So we can't really tell you simply how long it's going to take you to do that part of the process. Other parts of the process are very predictable. For instance, once you've found the home that you want to purchase, at this point, we settle into a very normal rhythm in the home buying process. That starts with you and your real estate agent writing an offer to the seller. She's going to take a contract and you're going to complete it, and you're going to offer a certain amount of money to purchase that home. And when you do, she's going to submit that offer to the other real estate agent that we usually call the listing agent. That agent is then going to take it to their seller, and they're going to review your offer along with any others that have come in the process. They may take a day or two to weigh those offers, but you'll probably get a response pretty quickly about whether they're going to accept your offer or whether they're going to negotiate your offer. Once you get the offer negotiated and both sides are in agreement about how the transaction is going to go, the process moves into the next stage, which is typically the inspections of the home. Now, you might do a variety of home inspections. Some different home inspections include the actual home inspection itself that tells you about the quality of the home. You could do an inspection on the air conditioning system. You could do an inspection on the septic system. You could do structural inspections. We can't predict exactly what inspections that you're going to want or need to do or how long those will take. But as a general rule, if you're not doing very specific inspections, you can expect a week to 2 weeks to work through that inspection phase. During that inspection phase, we've also started the mortgage phase, and I'll talk to you about the mortgage phase in just a minute. Once you get past all those inspections, typically your contract is now firm and all negotiations are over. You offered a closing date at the beginning of the process, so you've also negotiated that closing date. And the normal contract is about a 30-day contract, unless either you, the buyer, or the seller have some particular agenda item that you want to accomplish. So what might one of those be? Let's say you aren't moving to town for 45 days. So you ask the seller to close in 45 days instead of 30. Or maybe the seller has owned their house a little less than 2 years and they want to get to that 2-year mark to save money on the taxes that they'll pay. Those are just a couple examples of why a contract might be negotiated to last more than 30 days. So during this whole process of your inspections, you're working through the mortgage phase as well. The mortgage phases are very predictable. We start with the application, which is typically done before you ever write that offer, because you need a pre-approval letter from us in order for your real estate to present the offer. Then we're going to ask you to gather documentation and send that to us. We're going to review all that documentation and use our expertise to determine if it's enough to send to underwriting. In the underwriting phase, they'll review it and say, yes, this is acceptable, and then they'll ask us to gather any further information from them, at which point we'll get that information, send it over, and we'll get your loan cleared to close. The loan process itself is normally about a 30-day process as well. It can extend itself if you take more time than normal to get us the documents that we need, or it can compact itself if you're very responsive to what we're asking for. So the loan process goes from application to clear to close in about 30 days. The contract process goes from loan offer or purchase offer to closing in about 30 days. That part of the home buying process is very predictable. The hardest part is the front end, how long it's going to take you to find the home, and then how many homes you're going to have to negotiate on before you and a seller come to an agreement. So when you're asking, wow, how long should I plan on to buy my new home? The simple process is you really don't know, so you need to start as soon as possible. We'd love to help you get started in that process with a pre-approval. It's fast, easy, and Weber Mortgage is really good at what we do. If we can help you start your home buying process, please let us know.